Hello and welcome to my video on the importance of loving yourself. Now, self-love, massive. So yeah, as Anita Moorjani said, she's the author of Dying to Be Me. She famously said, love yourself like your life depends on it, because it does. And I couldn't agree with her more. So from an energy perspective, self-love is the name of the game. Evolution, ascension, spiritual growth, however you want to view it, it is all based on our ability to love ourselves. It's about self-realization. And when you realize that you are love, then you will see and understand the importance of loving yourself. So first of all, if we're going to look at this chart, which I've shared so many times, you can see that love is up here, 500, love or above, going with the flow in an expanded state of being. If you can raise your frequency to that of love or above, your life will completely change, because that's the way energy works, okay? Because like attracts like, everything is energy, and there is actually only you, okay? You are the whole universe in one human being. I've said that before, like the Rumi quote, you are not a drop in the ocean, you're the whole ocean in one drop. So you are not just a human being in the universe, you are the whole universe in one human being. And you are projecting out your own energy onto a screen that is creating your movie that you're calling your life. The reality that you're calling life is a holographic projection of your energy. So when you can love yourself and you are vibrating at a frequency of love, that frequency will be reflected back to you in your reality, in what you're experiencing. So you will find yourself surrounded by people that love you, surrounded by loving activities, loving places, everything, okay? So it really is life-changing. And there are different levels of self-love. You know, we can start by liking ourselves. We can start by just loving parts of us. And then we can continue. And the truth is that because we are expanding into more of who we are in every now moment, there is always more of us to love. So it's like an ongoing process, which is why the affirmation, I love and accept myself, is always so beautiful to repeat all the time, even when you're in alignment with it. We were looking at affirmations in the last video. If you didn't see it, go back and have a look at that one. The importance of the affirmation, I love and accept myself, because when you're at that frequency, okay, then you know that you love and accept yourself, but you're always expanding into more of who you are, which means there's always more of you that you can love. There's always more of us that we can love. Okay, so that's why the affirmation, I love and accept myself, is just so glorious and beautiful and expanding, because it's expanding us into more of that divine love that is our innate being, okay? But on another level, if you think about it with love, if you can't love yourself, how can you expect anybody else to love you, right? And if you can't love yourself, how can you expect to truly love anyone else? Now, sometimes I'm a little bit harsh when people come to me as a card reader and they come to me asking, about relationships, because if you don't love yourself completely, and as I said, there are different levels to it. So I'm not saying we've all got to be at the highest level of it, but if you don't love yourself to some extent, then looking for a relationship is not the answer. Because if you have any lack of self-love within the cells of your body, that will get reflected back to you in your reality. And therefore, you will find a relationship where there is a lack of unconditional love. There is a lack of that love will be lacking coming back to you. So if you really want to find Mr. or Mrs. Right, the most important thing you can do is to become Mr. or Mrs. Right, is to raise your own frequency to that of love. That's a very, very important point, I think. Now, so one of the easiest ways, I think, one of the things I love doing is using the brain integration activities to install positive beliefs. I'll do another video on the brain integration techniques that I use, but we looked at affirmations as well. So affirmations are a really good way to raise your vibration to that of love. I love and accept myself. Other ones that help with self-love: I am worthy, I trust myself, I am deserving. There's all sorts of affirmations that are connected to self-love. But as you're saying, I love and accept myself, if that does get stuck in your throat, because one of the things I do, I've written about the importance of self-love in both books. I'll put links in below. Okay, the first book is free to download from my website, but I'll put a link into both books below, because they both contain information about the importance of loving yourself. But if you're doing mirror work, which I recommend, so in the very beginning, if you're looking in a mirror, if you can look yourself in the eyes and say your name, say I love you, and say your name, how you respond is very interesting. Okay, it's like a very diagnostic practice, because if you, I think when I first did it, I just cringed. I think I just literally cringed. Some people might burst out laughing, and some people actually enjoy just looking into their eyes, saying that they love themselves. You know, they are obviously already in alignment with loving themselves. So how you respond is very important. Some people might actually cry. Now they're all great. They're all great responses. Okay. Crying is the greatest response, because if you do find yourself crying, it is your body's innate mechanism to release whatever energy it is within you that doesn't love yourself, that is giving you the belief that you're not lovable. Okay, that's what's coming out. When we cry, we're literally releasing, we're processing whatever emotion or belief, you know, that we're not lovable, or that we don't love ourselves, whatever energy that is. And there could be more than one energy, of course, because we've lived a whole lifetime, right? So there's all sorts of things gone in that have made us feel that we're not deserving of love. So if you cry, that's great, because I would just go cry your eyes out, because you're processing that emotion out of your energy field. So that's great. If you do laugh or cringe, then that does mean that you're not resonating, of course, with that frequency. So what I suggest you do is you use the word willing. I love the word willing. Now, I have a blog post on the importance and power of willing. Okay, I'll put that below as well. But if you look at the chart again, you will see that willingness is right here. It's the gateway into this expansion. Okay, willingness is the gateway into the expansion. So if you don't love and accept yourself, and you're cringing, or you're laughing out loud when you try and say that to yourself looking in the mirror, then use the word willing. I am willing to love and accept myself. That's beautifully powerful. And it is your doorway to loving and accepting yourself. And you would not be watching this video if you were not at least willing to love and accept yourself. So please use that word. And you know, I'm willing to see myself as worthy. You know, I'm willing to trust myself. Okay, you can use willing in any affirmation, but you're just opening yourself up. It's the doorway to expansion. You know, rather than thinking, I don't love myself because I'm not good enough, contraction, contraction, contraction. The word willing opens that, shifts you into that expanded state. Okay, so I'm willing to love and accept myself. Again, we can use the sway test that I've talked about before. And just say, I'm willing to love and accept myself. Does that feel better? Does that feel more comfortable? So can you repeat that? Can you use that as an affirmation? And when you get really confident and comfortable with that, then you can move on to, I love and accept myself, and see how that feels. So from a quantum physics point of view, there is only you, and it's all about loving you. And your experience in the physical world is going to be totally dependent on that vibration. So it really, really is one of the most important things you can do. In fact, it's one of my 33 quantum truths, another blog, I'll put it in the description. One of my 33 quantum truths is basically your relationship with yourself is quite literally everything. It really is, because every person in your life is a reflection of a part of you. Everything that you're experiencing is reflecting a part of you. If you have what you're perceiving as a negative experience, it's an energy within you that is creating that outside of you for the benefit of you waking up to it so that you can work on it and release it. This is all about the inner work. This is all about understanding that everything is you. You are everything. And so if you want to change something on the outside of you, you know it involves changing something on the inside of you. So if you're looking to meet Mr. or Mrs. Right, then please look within and learn to love yourself. Okay, there are lots of activities as well that you can do to help with your self-love. So I've got another blog about 10 steps, the 10 first steps to self-love or something like that. I'll put it in underneath. But just things like giving yourself the time to have a little just personal massage your oils into your own body, doing what you love. What do you love doing? How do you like spending your time? Just treat yourself. Treat yourself like you would treat someone that you loved. Okay, just do what you enjoy. Allow yourself, give yourself permission to do what brings you joy. That's the greatest act of self-love. Okay, just doing what brings you joy and giving yourself permission to do so. Okay, and setting boundaries. Okay, just feel your energy. If it's contracted and someone stepped over a boundary, you need to be a little bit more assertive. Respect your boundaries, respect yourself, respect your time, respect your energy. How do you want to spend your energy? Remembering that there is only you, right? So really, and even if it's like stuff that you spend your money on, you probably buy things for other people, but when do you spend money on yourself? What do you fancy doing? Do you want a massage? Do you want a little trip away? Do you want to just start a class? Is there a class that you want to do because you're feeling a bit inspired? These are all acts of self-love, to nurture your soul by doing what you're inspired to do. Okay, or are you always giving up what you want to do for the sake of other people around you, or because you think you can't do it or you can't afford it? You know, all these limiting beliefs. Think about what you really want to do to make you feel good, and then give yourself permission to do it. That's self-love. Lots of love to you. Look forward to the next video. Bye for now.